Welcome back. We're live again with the stream for the Top of the South ladies are playing Northern B. Should be a good game. Normally Top of the South or the South Island team and Northern B can be a fairly close game. Top of the South, the South Island team is hard on attack. Northern B trying to force them out to the wall. Nice defence. Referee call against South Island ladies, pushing them back 3 metres. We have a timeout for Northern B girls. Each team has a 1-minute timeout per half. The Northern B coach has called it and is over there, gets girls in a circle and has a good talk to them to try and shore up their defence. Typically the B teams, the younger under 18s or can be as down to 15 years old, 14 years old, some of them. Nice drive up the wall from Northern B. Another stoppage against Northern B. What can South Island girls do? Trying to go wide, nice flick. Then cutting back into the middle for the centre forward. Wings taking it up now to the another stoppage. Referees are ready. Northern B try to drive up through the middle. South Island girls taking it wide. Oh, nice steal there from Northern B against Top of the South. Another call by the refs. Must have been an illegal tackle by Northern B, being pushed back 3 metres. Top of the South going wide. Trying to bring it back in the middle, but no support. Lots of referee calls in these first few games, so hopefully the players will start settling down and we do less fouling. Advantage to Northern B. Northern B trying to just drive it up the wall. A nice stop there by the offside forward. Northern B push back. Top of the South, what they're going to do, trying to drive up through the middle. Northern B have it covered. Top of the South being pushed back. Can Northern B take advantage? Top of the South sending out those first forwards to try and shut it down, get control of the puck. Northern B still in control. Nice tackle by the top of the South wing, bringing it out onto the wall. Nice numbers. Top of the South driving it up the right hand wall. Nice fast feet from the supporting players. Northern B have stopped it on the wall. Northern B fighting back down the wall. Nice flick into the middle for top of the South, and they have scored. Good teamwork. Getting that off the corner into the middle. 1-0 to top of the South. And go to number 10, Poppy, the captain. Taylor Locke join me, so she's going to take over the commentary for this girls' game.
Okay, we have Southern swimming with some momentum. Oh, Northern players got their stick on the puck. Southern swimming again. Southern looking really flat on the bottom. Where have we gone? We're in a little blind spot, are we?
Just watch out there and sort of top of the south pushing up the wall.
So top of the south trying to work in that top right corner. Looks like maybe momentum shifted. Got a ref call. Southern advantage puck. It's so confusing with so many screens. So we're in Northern's defending half, right at the defence. So Southern are in their top left corner. Looks like they're getting a little bit stuck. I'm not allowed to be in the water. It's only that one ref. Okay, another ref call, and it's against Southern, so Northern B girls have an advantage puck. They're still in their defensive third. Can anyone hear? Okay. So Northern are trying to swim out of their defensive third at the moment. Oh, Southern's taken off the wall, taking it wide. Swimming around the outside of the Northern girls at the moment. But towards the Northern girls sub bench, so hopefully they'll capitalise on that. Alright, we're in another blind spot. They're hanging up just under the Northern B girls sub bench. Southern are trying to pull it off the wall towards the goal bin. Looks like they've got a bit of momentum. Bit of tussle on the wall, that back wall. Another wee blind spot. They're still in that top right corner. Oh, Northern swimming out. Southern are trying to pull it into the middle. Here goes one of our Northern girls on a swim. What number is that? I think it might have been Becca? Becca Ross might have done that swim. A little bit murky, can't really tell on the far side of the court. Yeah, if anyone watching wants to donate a new camera that doesn't fog as much, we would greatly appreciate that. Oh, Southern, one of them's going for a rogue sub. Alright, who's got the momentum now? Looks like Southern are trying to push up again. Lots of fighting on that far wall. And it's half time. Okay.
Half time, and we have a 1-0 to Southern, and that was a goal to Poppy McFarlane, who's the captain. But it's been pretty even. Southern had another chance, but Northern B girls managed to sneak out through the middle and relieve the pressure. coaches will be in there having a chat to their teams. Trying to get them to fill the gaps, get their positions right, support each other. Underwater hockey is very much a team sport, and if you have that support near the puck as much as you can, then I wouldn't say the game is easy, but it makes it a lot easier to come out the winner.
Times, James? 3 minutes. 3-minute half times.
Alright, here's Michaela. She's just had a help with the team talk for Northern B, and now she's back.
Alright, into the second half of our Northern B versus Top of South Women's at the Under 18s tournament. We have Northern swimming with a bit of force, bit of momentum, good heading up the pool. Coming in nice and strong and flat. We'll see if the rotation can be disrupted. Big, strong swim.
Oh, Hannah. She's on camera.
Alright, Northern swimming again. Looking for a layback. Not all finding help, which is good. Back on that far wall, the Southern team trying to slow down the momentum. Still working away on that wall. It's about who's going to pull it off the wall. Who's coming in nice and flat. Northern swim again, very flat. Another flat pass. Southern look like they're taking a bit of position. We're in a blind spot, but it has been swum to their sub bench. So they've got a few new Southern players in the pool. Momentum towards the Southern team. They're pushing up the pool. Looking to swim towards the goal bin, and there is a goal to Top of South. Number 12. Where's the team list?
Emily Dick.
Oh, look there. Emily Dick just scored that one for Top of South. I was looking here and I was like, that's
Yeah, I
not.
don't know why that's
So
there.
second strike of the second half. Northern got their first. They're being swum out to their right hand wall. In a little bit of a blind spot with the way that camera is, but we can see they're playing on the camera side, look along the wall. Southern, oh, it's been turned over. Now Northern's trying to turn it into their own wide, but Southern have regained possession. Southern still in control, flicking forward. Oh, okay. There's been a ref call, and it is stick infringing against the Northern B girls. I'm doing this, do I get food? Okay, the Southern girls have an advantage park in their attacking third, swimming strong with the white sticks. Northern try and scramble out to the side. You can see who's the flattest. Normally they're the strongest. Northern fighting to try to get to that corner, but Central keep popping it out in front of, and there goes another goal to Central. Southern. Oh no, ref saying no goal. Stick infringing, so the Northern B girls have an advantage puck. So the centre Kira is taking the Northern Bees advantage puck, flicks out to the left hand wall. Looks like a bit of kerfuffle. No one's quite sure what direction they're swimming at the moment. Zigzagging between position. Alright. Southern swimming again. Looks like no one's quite sure which direction they want to swim in, and we're just sort of ping-ponging at the moment on the far wall. You notice that really... Oh, flick! Nice, big, strong swim. I think that's Nina, our right wing at the moment, clearing the goal. Entered another little blind spot. Northern still swimming with some momentum, but Southern have turned it over and we're coming back this way. And we don't like these cameras very much, but who's got position? Southern rolling with some momentum at the moment. Southern swimming still, swimming to... Nice wee dummy there from the number 7. I think it's Selena. Alright, we're back in a corner, so Northern are trying to defend their goal bin. Lots of bodies on the bottom trying to swim out. Another ref call, and it's an advantage puck for South. For a little bit of barging by the looks of it. Oh, Sam. Illegal subbing, they're sending someone out. White is sending out someone, so Southern illegal subbing one player out. So top of South are down to 5 players. However, it looks like they have an advantage. Oh! Southern currently trying to put 2 people out, so that one of them's getting back in. Yeah, I don't quite understand why the call was against that, but there goes Vanessa trying to swim out. Vanessa turning the puck. Swim! Just can't quite get her body in the way to protect the puck enough, and that's Southern players taking back some of the momentum. Alright, Northern are trying to make a comeback. Alright, another ref call. What are they saying? It is an advantage for the Northern B girls. The call is a barging. Right now Southern are at 5 players and number 13 has been sent out, and that was just from a subbing infringement. We're in a blind spot. So, middle of the pool. Northern look like they've got a bit of momentum at the moment. They're swimming, and Northern B girls have just scored their first goal of the game. Will the refs allow it? Yep, the refs have allowed it. I think they said number Okay, so that's Kate Littler has just scored the Northern B Girls' first goal of the tournament.
2-1.
The score is now 2-1 to Top of South. Alright, back into another strike. That camera's been kicked so we can barely see, but there's a bit of movement in that middle section of the pool. Southern is swimming out to their right wing, trying to go wide. What can we see? Got a Northern player turning it off. It's just popped off their stick and position is returned to the Southern players. All had a forward trying to put their stick in it, didn't quite get the back tackle. Swimming that right side of the pool again. Another Southern player lining up a layback, looking for the dummy. Looking for another layback, turning. Where are you? Ooh, and another. We'll see if the refs like it. The refs seem to like it. So that's a third goal to Top of South. Was that 11? Georgia. So Georgia scored that one.
You can't see.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Make it up.
Alright, team timeout for the Top of South.
Where's the selector supposed to sit? Where's the selector supposed to sit? There's a bit more room in this other house not working. Yeah. I might wait till then. I'm sure I'll see them all over the street.
Oh, yes. Is it an open trial or do they have to
Alright, back from the team timeout. In the middle of the pool with our bad camera that is facing too high up. From the surface, looks like the B-Girls, Northern B-Girls got a little bit of momentum. There's an advantage being played by one of the referees at the moment. There's two advantages. Who will be first? Alright, Gabby has made a call. And it is stick infringing against the Northern B-Girls, so the Top of South will have an advantage puck. Alright, here we go. Again, not being able to see a huge amount. Looks like they're swimming to the far wall. Just playing a bit of ping pong in the middle. Northern maybe getting a little bit of momentum. It's being swum, cleared by a Southern player out to their left wall under their sub bench, which is smart. Southern sending a few new subs into the pool. Hard to know who momentum sits with at the moment. Oh, maybe more with Southern. Just see a little bit of them in that camera. And I think they were saying last year did Southern come maybe third at this tournament. So probably the favourites to win going into the game. Alright, we're in the Northern B-Girls defensive right corner. What can we see? The play's looking a little bit stationary at the moment. Lots of people sitting still. Oh, there we go. Nice turn tackle. That's the centre. Kira trying to swim us out of our defensive third. Alright, Northern Bees look like they've got a little bit of momentum here. In the middle of the pool. Southern sending in a few new subs. Looks like maybe a momentum shift and Southern start marching back down the pool. There's an advantage being played by one of our referees and a call. Stick infringing against Northern B, so the Southern team will have an advantage. Oh, another send out. Number 7 wide, I believe is Selena, another illegal sub. So once again, Southern is down to 5 players, but they do have the advantage puck. So defensive for Northern Girls, trying to clear it wide, looking to swim that puck up the pool. Southern look like they're trying to spin it and pull it back off that wall. And another ref call. Another call against the Northern Girls, an advantage for Southern. Alright, big flick. Looking nice tackle from the centre. Kara swimming towards the wall, looking for some help from other Black Sticks. Position coming back to Southern. You can see lots of bodies on the bottom of the pool getting ready. Alright, momentum has shifted. Northern Big Girls are charging. You can see lots of people rotating backwards. Looks like Southern have regained possession and they're swinging it wide to their right. On the far side of the pool, momentum back to Northern B, they're swimming. Oh, back to Southern.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left of the game. Got a Northern player swimming, getting nice and flat. Oh, a bit more momentum, bit of a swim. And the Southern team have just cleared it to their left corner. There is... What was that? That is time. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you for letting me watch.
It's 3-1 to top of the South, or Southern team. And that is the end of game 3.
Change the